It has long been said that the future of a nation lies in the hands of its youth. Using kirtan yoga and a Vedic lifestyle, the Krishna Balaram Youth Group in Randburg, Johannesburg, is serving as a place where young people can explore philosophy, yoga, as well as concerns facing today's youth. Sichithe isikhathi nabo asifunde kabanzi. Johannesburg is one of South Africa's most vibrant and cosmopolitan cities, the city of gold. It is here that many young people in search of their proverbial gold find themselves. Faced with the challenges of the fast-paced big city life, Mzansi's youth often end up not following the straight and narrow in order to cope. It is with this in mind that the Krishna Balaram Youth Group was formed.
The Krishna Balaram Youth Group was started about 8 years ago. It was started with about six members who came together, predominantly from Durban, coming to Johannesburg, away from the family, and we thought, what can we do in Johannesburg for the young to be able to, while they're making a transition into the corporate world, how can we get them more involved in community work? So we currently have about maybe 40 core members who participate actively on a weekly basis and taking part in activities which uplift themselves as well as the community. There's twofold activities that we get involved with. One is internal activities that strengthen one another, and then there's external activities that is more for social development. So the external activities is typically like this Food for Life activity that we do, where we come every month to different places, distribute free plates of vegetarian food. It's purely from the basis of how do we give a material and spiritual benefit to whoever comes to partake in this event. The food is sanctified, as in before we distribute it, we offer it in grace to the Lord to say, my dear Lord, we're cooking this food for you and for your community. A small group maybe even if it's a small difference, but hopefully one day will be a bigger difference to all these people. And that's what it's about. It's what can we offer to our community, rather than being selfishly 365 days in a year we think about ourselves, but how in once in a month, that's what we try to do once in a month. What can we do for other people? We're feeding the body and the soul, and the body is the material benefit that somebody gets by eating this food, but we know that somebody will be nourished for a day and tomorrow he'll be hungry. But spiritual food is different in that it nourishes the soul, and over time the soul hopefully will develop, and we may not be able to perceive the effects of a food like this, but because it's offered in spirituality and offered to God, people can move away from crime, they can move away from drugs, and we've seen these cases happen right before our eyes. Programs that we've done in Soweto, in Durban, many of these activities, people actually change their lifestyle because the food is sanctified. It is spiritual food. There's benefit for the giver and the receiver. The giver, the guys that are giving the food, they're getting the benefit of doing God's work or society's work. They get the benefit, they grow, they become spiritually stronger. The people that are eating the food, they also become spiritually stronger. In fact, everybody in the supply chain becomes stronger. Somebody donating a plate, somebody donating a spoon, somebody donating the rice, they all become spiritually benefit because they're all partaking in this spiritual act. Spirituality is amazing in that there's no loss or diminution in an act that you may do. You may give 10 rand, and that 10 rand will carry you spiritually for many lifetimes, so we say.
Being involved in environmental issues is at the core of this youth group's activities.
Recently we got involved with an organization called Meat Free Mondays. Meat Free Mondays is a campaign that we have every Monday. We're trying to drive vegetarianism, but purely from a global perspective and a global warming perspective, because we know that meat is a commodity that people do partake in South Africa, but it has such significant impacts on the environment, and then we're trying to create some environmental awareness as well. Animal agriculture contributes 18% to the total greenhouse gases, and we as a group, we're trying to create that awareness to say that turn to an alternative lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle, a lifestyle which is meat-free, at least one day in a week. You'll see the effects on your life, you'll become much more energized, you'll have a lot more clearer thinking, and that's the avenue that we're trying to say that an average person can try to improve their life by just changing a simple thing like their diet. There's a bigger power at play, and there's a bigger impact, and that's the environment. And how can we all collaborate for the environment? This Meat Free Mondays is officially taken off in Cape Town, and we're trying to do this in Johannesburg as a group. We're trying to bring it forward in Johannesburg.
I I joined the Krishna Balaram Youth Group in 2006. So for me personally, it's like nice being with people that are like-minded and have the same goals and dreams in life. Like that's why it's like nice going there for the spiritual factor, but like also for the friendships and the love that you get from it.
The Krishna Balaram Youth Group has provided a platform for so many young individuals to really find themselves in a certain extent, also build sort of a connection with the Supreme. And that's not easy, especially in an environment like Johannesburg where all the hustle and bustle can really take over everything and you need something to almost hold you together, ground you. And the Krishna Balaram Youth Group has provided that for many, many individuals. And especially with the Food for Life, I think it gives us so much of joy just to come out and see all of the kids and so all of the people, and they get so happy to see us, but they don't realize that we get so much joy, giving back to them in a small way.
For the members of the Krishna Balaram Youth Group, uplifting each other as well as the surrounding communities is a means to spiritual enrichment.
It's imperative to the youth to get involved in spiritual activities because of the nature of the world that we're living in. We mentioned that it's fast-paced, but we know that at every step there's danger, and we need to have some sort of safety net apart from our monetary returns, because we know that at the end of the day, that's not going to save us. So for youth to get involved at a young age is extremely important, because what it does, it creates a foundation. We always think about our children and our children's children, and if we start developing that, by the time we become parents, we can pass that same wisdom, that same knowledge, and that same heart. I think that's the most important thing, is to have heart for the next person, to be able to see our fellow brothers and sisters on the street, to know that we are eating wonderfully at home, but what about the people out there? And I think that's what we're trying to develop. We're trying to create pure hearts in our group.